1, 2, 3, let's go!
Hi. Hey. Oh, I gave you a little run there. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. We're here for, the annual video that I started last year. Okay, I don't know why I was saying that as if I've been doing it for a long time. I literally started doing this last year. Okay, so I'm going to rank everything that I watched this year. Okay, and this year's is even a little bit more spicy because I'm also including Patreon stuff because I started doing Patreon exclusives this year, which means we've got a few extra to shove on in there. As usual, you guys know I love me a tier list. Fucking love me a tier list, okay? So, I have created a tier list. Here she is, okay? And I'm going to go through and I'm going to rank everything that I watched. Now, we'll say this. Generally, if something ends up on the channel, I like it somewhat, okay? It is going to be pretty difficult to distinguish because I generally don't go to the effort of editing it or even finishing filming something if I'm just really not fucking with it. So for the most part, even if they're on the channel, that's a good start. Okay, there's something good about them there. Okay, and I will say I don't think there was a show or anything this year that I was gonna start and didn't finish, because I'm pretty sure last year I had You and Sex Education that I started and never finished. Don't think we've got that this year, other than maybe a movie franchise, but we'll see. We'll see, okay? So let's just go. As I mentioned, there is going to be a few Patreon exclusive ones that are in here, but I just thought they deserved to be in here because technically I did react to them for the Patreon, and some of you guys saw. So yeah, let's go. First things first, Thor. I remember liking this one but not loving it and saying something to do with the love interest seemed a bit weird, it seemed a bit misplaced, they just did it for the sake of doing it. So I think what I'll do is I'll put that one in nice, different than usual. Okay, if you didn't know what that reference is, from Kath and Kim. Okay, I'm loving that show right now. I am going to also be a bit brutal. Right, just to keep this spicy and fun, I'm going to try and be a bit more brutal because realistically, I'm sure I could just put things in the top 2 categories, but I'm going to try not to. Okay, moving on, Gone Girl. Having said that, Gone Girl was a Patreon exclusive. I do still think I've got the footage, so if you want that on the channel, I actually would love to put that on the channel because I do recall the reaction being buck fucking wild. So Gone Girl's going to go into Full Tilt Diva. That was a quote from, I think it might have been Avengers, because I'm pretty sure Tony Stark said it about Loki. And I liked that and I ran with it. So that's where Full Tilt Diva comes from. Gone Girl, incredible movie. Oh my fucking God.
It is amazing.
That's God's work. She said hi.
Now, obviously, this is a movie that I was extremely late to. I was extremely late to the party, albeit. And boy, oh boy, was I shook to the fucking core. What a movie with twists and turns, hey? Rosamund Pike? I think that's her name, actually, isn't it? Wow. What a job. I have no words, to be honest. It's a 10 out of 10 from me. Terrifier. This is where we get a bit interesting, because I'm pretty sure last year I had a section that was made for a good video, but I felt like that was a cop-out. So I didn't put it in this year. But now I kind of wish I had it, because that's exactly what the Terrifier is. It's not the best movie ever, but it did make for a good video. I think I'm going to put it in, it's nice, it's different, it's unusual. Don't get me wrong, I don't see myself watching it all that often, if ever I can. But there is something about the original, okay? And it doesn't deserve to be in Everyone's Replaceable or Poppycock, because it is unique, it's different, it's unusual, okay? Next, Young Royals. Now, I can't remember how I felt at the end of this one. I feel like there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of stress in this season. And I'm pretty sure we ended off nicely. But I do think they maybe lost me a little bit in this last season, but they did kind of claw me back at the very end. I'll put it in nice, different, unusual. Okay? Because ideally, 1 and 2 would probably be in Gag or Full Tilt Diva. And I do think it was a good end. It took its toll. I will say. Now, Heartstopper Season 3, hands down, I think Heartstopper Season 3 has got to be my favourite season yet. Weird that we've not had a season 4 announcement yet. Can I just say that? Very fucking weird. Worrisome, actually, some may say. But season 3, definitely the best season so far. I think it brought up specific topics that needed to be brought up, difficult topics, etc. But it wasn't too depressing. Whereas I feel like season 2 was too depressing. Season 1 was obviously season 1. So I am going to put this in Full Tilt Diva. It's going to go behind Gone Girl because, wow, Gone Girl's incredible. Captain America. I think I enjoyed it. I think I remember enjoying this one. Now, a lot of these movies, it is a bit more difficult because obviously, generally, if I watch them on the channel, I don't tend to watch them again in my personal life all that much unless they're like a classic. I haven't watched Captain America since we did it, okay? But I do recall liking it, and I actually thought the villain was really good. So I'm going to put this in gag. We've then got Inside Out. Oh, see now. This is where things get a bit difficult because I don't want to put everything in Full Tilt Diva. So I think that's also going to go in gag. It's a fun movie. But once again, it's one of those movies that actually does bring up some interesting topics. You know, like I think it's a very good way of teaching kids something whilst still being fun, enjoyable, family-friendly vibes. Ratatouille, I mean, Ratatouille is an impeccable animation movie. It's one of the better ones, to be honest. Avengers, now see that's going to go Full Tilt Diva. Period. The Avengers, the first Avengers, pussy. Pussy. Like, I think if I was to watch one of the Marvel ones again up to now, Avengers would probably be the one that I'd go for. Okay, we've got Twilight Eclipse. Now, I remember roasting the shit out of this, but that's generally the case with Twilights. Now, we will get into Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. I know a lot of you keep asking about it, and I do want to get into them. So, they will come soon. I'm not sure when, but soon. Next year. It's definitely one of those that I do think that it makes for a good video, but obviously I don't have that category this time. So, I think I'm going to have to put it in. It's nice, it's different, it's unusual. Okay? Because, it's not like, wow, you know? But it's like a really fun movie to watch regardless. Like, it has the nostalgia. It was a different time. Moving on, Scary Movie. This was once again Patreon exclusive. I remember having a lot of fun with this one. Like, as far as like parodies go, like I've not really watched many, but it was really funny. And I do feel like sometimes like parodies can be a bit stupid and silly and just not even funny, in my opinion. Like, sometimes the humor just like goes over my head. But I will say, I will give that a gag. I will, because it was funny and I enjoyed myself. Specifically the penis going through the man's head, I loved. The Substance. Okay, Full Tilt Diva. Full Tilt Diva, I'm pretty sure I titled that video, it might be the movie of the year, and I'll stand by that. I think it's one of the better movies we've had be released this year, of which I also reacted, you know? Impeccable movie. Oh, guys, if you've not seen it yet, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure, but wow. Brilliant stuff. Bridgerton Season 3, also Patreon exclusive. Do you know what? Oh, you know what? I had so much fun with the videos. I had so much fun reacting. It was saucy. Nicola was incredible. Like, they really did well with this season. And they've set up Season 4 so super well. Yeah, I just love it. Guys, if you want to see the full reactions, obviously head over to the Patreon. But oh my god, I loved this season. Beetlejuice. Now this is going to go in Everyone's Replaceable, right? This was another Patreon exclusive. I know a lot of people really fuck with Beetlejuice. I had fun with the video. I'm not in a rush to watch it again ever. It was cute. It wasn't my favourite. I found it a little bit confusing, to be honest. Yeah, it could potentially go in poppycock, but I'm not feeling too mean right now. Okay, well, we'll do all the Iron Mans next, because they're all fucking next to each other. So, Iron Man 1, I think it was good, but I remember thinking that the villain in number 2 was better. So I think I'll put Iron Man 1 in gag. I'll put Iron Man 2 in Full Tilt Diva because I'm trying to differentiate between them. I'll put Iron Man 3 behind Iron Man 1. I can't quite differentiate between which one was which as of right now, but I'm pretty sure number 2 was my favourite. I actually think maybe number 3 might have been better than number 1. I don't know. Game of Thrones. Now, I've only done one picture, but obviously this does go for season 5, 6, 7, and 8, because last year I did the first 4 seasons, finished it this year. Will say, obviously, if they were separate pictures, they would definitely be kind of different. But I think all in all, kind of encapsulating the whole franchise as a whole, I have to put it up here. I have to. Full Tilt Diva. Incredible franchise. If you were interested, if I was to vote them, obviously separately as each season, season 5 and 6 would still be in Full Tilt Diva. Season 7 would be in gag. And I think season 8 would either be at the very top of nice, different, and unusual, or at the very bottom of gag. So yeah. I personally didn't think that the ending was as bad as a lot of people made out. But at the same time, I didn't have to wait for years and years and years and years to find out how it was going to end. You know, I had only been doing it for like just over a year. So I didn't have as much in it, if that makes sense. So I can understand some people's disappointment, and I definitely could sense the slip in the writing and maybe some plot holes and stuff kind of going into season 7 and 8. But I still think season 5 and 6 were like the best seasons we had. Like season 6 was insane. Season 5, wow. Like, so I don't want to diminish the whole franchise based off of like kind of like a rushed ending, because although it was still rushed and maybe I disagreed with certain things or certain ways some characters evolved and whatnot, I still think the franchise as a whole is absolutely impeccable. Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Now, this was one that I did right at the beginning of the year. I do think I rewatched it once with my friend after the fact, so I have watched it, I think, 2 times. Lucy Gray, outstanding work. I remember really enjoying it, so I do think I might have to start being a bit more thingy with the Full Tilt Divas. I'm thinking, so Ratatouille's moving. I think Iron Man 2 can also move down to gag. That feels better. Yeah, because then Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I'm going to put that at the top of gag. Okay? Yeah, I feel good about that. Still want to know where Lucy Gray is. You know? Where is Lucy Gray? I think she's still alive. Dance Mums. Now, obviously, Dance Mums is a show that's been going for fucking years, right? This is nothing new, but obviously, I started my Dance Mums series this year, which, oh my god, so many of you guys have come from the Dance Mums series, so hello and thank you for joining me. It's my favourite thing I've done in a long time. Like, I love the Dance Mums videos. Like, if I could, I would do Dance Mums every fucking week. It's my favourite. I love it. And I think it's because, obviously, like, I do get to kind of combine 2 of my passions, which is obviously making videos and editing videos and doing this, but also what I grew up with, which is obviously dancing, the competition of it all, you know? I just love it. And I just think Dance Mums is an impeccable show. I simply can't put it higher than Game of Thrones. And I probably can't put it higher than The Substance. No, I can. You know what? And I think in the new year, we're going to talk more about what's going to happen in the new year and kind of like what's changing, what's staying the same, what ideas do I have and stuff. In, I think, the first Sunday of the new year, I'll be uploading like a podcast episode and that'll be all about that. So stay tuned for that. But I do actually want to do some more reality TV in the new year. Just because I love it. I love roasting the shit out of it. Like, I really want to dip my toes into, like, you know, like the Netflix reality TV, like, dating shows. Love is Blind. What else? The Ultimatum. Like, they have loads on Netflix. I just don't know where to start or what season to start with or how to go about doing it, because I don't think we'd need like full videos on the whole season, but it's whether I can kind of like figure out like a best bits situation. I don't know, so I'd have to figure that out. But I do really want to do some more reality TV just because the Straits are wild, man, and I feel like I could really go in. So yeah, if you have any ideas of the way I could work that, let me know. But Dance Mums is full tilt diva, absolutely. Can't wait to continue. Guys, and the first episode we're going to be doing in the new year, it's the episode. Moving on, Challengers, another Patreon exclusive. This movie, oh my god, buy panic all the way. Buy fucking panic everywhere. Toxicity is on 10. Like, these people are toxic as fuck, okay? Zendaya, chef's kiss. The boys, gorgeous. Love them. I will say that the soundtrack and how they like kind of implemented the music and stuff throughout this whole movie was really good too. So I think I'm going to put that. It's going to have to go in here, I think. It's going to have to go there, I think. I'm unsure, to be honest. But anyway, House of the Dragon. Now, this is a difficult one. I had to obviously include it because I started it this year. However, I've not finished it yet. I'm still halfway through the first season, so I can't quite say for certain where it's going to go. But as of right now, I'm obsessed with it. So to play it safe, I am going to put it in gag. I was going to say I'll put it in noise, different and unusual, but it's not going to happen. I think it's going to have to go above all these. It's going to have to go... Yeah. That feels about right. Okay? Because I know I'm going to live. Like, I know once I've finished it, I know it's going to be in the top tier. Because dragons, people. Terrifier 3, that's going to go in Poppycock. Sorry. But no. I will never watch that movie again. Like, they progressively get worse and worse in terms of gore. And I'm just not someone who's going to watch that casually. Now, once again, would this go in the whole, like, made for a great video? Yeah, it would. But I ain't got that. So it's going to have to go in Poppycock, because if you think I'm putting myself through that again, not going to happen. Inside Out 2, I almost think I preferred this one to the first one. Just because I think they broadened the world. We had more emotions, we had more complexities. Riley was a little bit older, the dad was still sexy. So I think I'm going to have to put that maybe there. That feels good to me. Yeah. Next, we've got Fellow Travelers. Now, guys, this was like, I think the first Patreon exclusive before I was even officially doing Patreon exclusives, I think. And I actually watched this whole show, binge watched it, and reacted in one night. So it's a fever dream. Obviously, like the fact that obviously it was like a period piece, period drama, that whole thing, and the fact that obviously it was covering gays having a troubling time and whatnot.
That's an understatement. I don't!
That was stressful, of course. On top of that, the relationship was very toxic. And on top of that, there was a bunch of like political things happening around the same time and like throughout the show that quite confused me. But I do remember it being a very, very moving show. Like, holy fuck. I can remember what happens at the end and oh my god, I'm just getting choked up just thinking about it. And obviously it also gave me, you know, Jonathan Bailey sucking on a foot. So for that alone, it has to go in gag, I think, because I haven't watched it again since. It's too sad. And I'm thinking there, just below House of the Dragon, because I have every intention of probably putting House of the Dragon up a section once I've finished that show. So yeah. Hocus Pocus, I mean, it's an old movie. It's not my favourite movie ever, but it did really make for a good video. So I'll put it nice, different, and usual. Terrifier 2, that's also going to go in Poppycock. No. It's a fun franchise. When number 4 comes out, I'm sure I'll tune in. But they make for good videos, but that's it for me. So that's great. Ready or Not, this scalped me. I just didn't expect to fuck with it as much as I did. Like, I remember finishing filming it, and obviously this was once again a Patreon exclusive. And I remember finishing it and being like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because it had like its comedic elements, but was also like kind of gory, kind of scary. I remember, I think I really fucked with it. It's gonna have to go at the bottom of Full Tilt Diva, I think. That's loose. But I just feel like the gag portion's getting a bit overcrowded. Coco, oh my god. I can't wait to do more animations in the new year. What a movie. What an incredible movie. Oh, I love animations. I really do. I'm such a baby adult. I really am. But I loved it. Guys, I fucking loved Coco. Now where to put it though, eh? Because part of me really wants to put it in Full Tilt Diva. So I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Oh my god, Arcane. Guys, Arcane. 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 It's got me. It's got me by the balls. I think Arcane is maybe one of the reasons why I want to start embracing my creativity even more. In terms of like drawing and such. Because wow. My mum, guys, for Christmas as like a little gift. It was like a Christmas Eve thing. She got me some pins because I've been starting to collect little pins. And one of them says, it's not a cartoon, it's anime. And that's exactly how I feel about this show. Like, it's not your typical animation. No, it's elevated, right? It's something other. And you know what? I'm going to have to put it right below Game of Thrones. Because I can't really compare it to Game of Thrones, which obviously we had so many episodes, so many seasons. You know, I've so far only seen the first season of Arcane, okay? But wow, I love it. Can't wait to get into season 2. Okay, check out the Patreon for that. Anyway, moving on. Damsel. Now, people were so nasty. People were so nasty about this movie, and I don't fucking know why. Actually, no, I know why, because people were saying. And I'm pretty sure it was just because it was like, kind of like a similar trope to what we've had before. Like, it's not anything too revolutionary. I don't need everything to be totally unique, because how are you ever going to do that? I thought it was a really, really good movie. I remember this turned my pussy out. Obviously because of the dragon in it, okay? And the dragon was cool, and it spoke. And Millie Bobby Brown's in it, and I fucking love Millie Bobby Brown. Oh my god. It's gonna have to go in gag, I think, because it wasn't like cream of the crop, but it's not nice, different, unusual. Like, I loved it. I was getting everyone in my life to watch it. I feel like it's gonna go there. That feels right. Okay. Now, Scream Queens. Oh shit. That was a show that I started and I won't be finishing. I mean, I'll probably finish it on my own time, but I don't think I'll be finishing it. Or if I do, it might be on a Patreon. It won't be finished on the channel, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Because I had so much fun with the first episode, so that is actually that. So I can't really say much about this, so I'm going to have to probably put it in Everyone's Replaceable, because I haven't finished it yet. But I do imagine if I finish it, it'll probably be either in Noise, Different, Unusual, or Gag. But I obviously don't know that yet, because I haven't finished. And I kind of just wanted something for that bottom category. Then last but not least, Saltburn, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure that was the first video I put up this year. Saltburn is a really good movie. It's a really good movie. I love it. I think it's spicy. The writing's incredible. We've got iconic scenes in there, like iconic scenes that will stay with me for a long while. It's going to have to go in Full Tilt Diva, I'm afraid. I think it's going to have to go just below the substance. And guys, that's my list, I think. What do you think? I'm sure you're going to disagree with me somewhat here, but I don't know. I feel good about that. Yay! Alright, let me know down below maybe what your favourite movie and TV show was of this year. That would be really fun. One of each is fine. If you want to give me a couple, I'd happily take that on. But yeah, otherwise, guys, this is going to be the last video, and I'll see you in 2025. Thanks for being with me another year. You know, we're over 200k at this point, and that's wild. Not to get soppy, but love you.